What fanbase genuinely scares you? People who are horny for serial killers like Jeffrey Dahmer and Ted Bundy. Some of the craziest people I have ever met were in the knitting community. Love fans of serial killers and write them mail asking them to marry them. League of Legends. I'm not scared for me but for them. They all adamantly warn you to stay away from LoL and say they hate playing the game yet can't stop. LoL also has the reputation of having extreme toxicity. So it sounds like they are all trapped by some invisible force in a mire of toxins. Anyone who is a die-hard fan of a TikTok influencer. Literally, any politician's fan base. I support politicians I agree with and don't vote for those I don't. Joker fans. Yes, he is a cool villain. But you are not him. Edit. The only exception is "I'm the Joker baby" CrossFitters. They're intense. As an Eagles fan. Eagles fans. Go Birds. People who are obsessed with underage actresses. Up until recently I never would have suspected Kanye's peeps, but fuck me, some are crazy. Kardashian fans. Super creepy. Reddit. Seriously. I have deleted so many comments because I can imagine someone taking it out of context and their reply starts with, "So what you're saying is," and then completely twisting my comments. I'm get anxious about this post, to be honest. Edit. For those wondering. Yes. I've replied and then deleted probably a dozen comments. This sparked a much bigger convo than I'd anticipated. I lived through the Hanson years, nothing can scare me. However, Dream fans are called, and Blinks, Blackpink. Can't believe I'm saying this. But I found on Tumblr a couple weeks back a fandom revolving around the French Revolution. Specifically figures like Marat, Robespierre, Saint Just, etc. This isn't a small fandom either. It's pretty sizable and looks to be pretty widespread throughout the site. From what I've seen, the fandom more or less idolizes the shit out of them. With fan art, ships, the like. It doesn't so much scare me as it does disturb me. They cutesy fy these historical figures and treat them like precious goodbois despite the fact that most of them were politically, morally corrupt men and women with blood on their hands. It's one thing to humanize historical figures. It's another to do whatever the hell the frev. That's what this fandom calls itself. Community is doing. This isn't even like the Hamilton fandom where you could at least separate the characters in the musical from their real-life counterparts. This fandom is just straight up obsessing over the real-life people with all of the usual weird fandom antics that are expected, including hardcore shipping and R34. Unfortunately, the weirdest fucking thing to me about the Frev fandom is how ultra-defensive it is against anyone or anything that criticizes their precious revolutionary boys. They go so far as to claim that anything portraying Robespierre and co. in a negative light is Thermidorian propaganda. Whatever the fuck that means. Trust me, I'm not all that sure either. And that it's part of some conspiracy meant to demonize them as much as possible. I even saw one user, can't remember who, claim that the number of casualties in the Reign of Terror was exaggerated, in order to make Robespierre look bad. I can't tell you how historically accurate any of this is, as I'm not an expert by any means. But reading that really disgusted me when I first saw it. It sounds ridiculous now that I type it out. But I swear I'm not making this up. All in all, it's definitely not the scariest fandom I've come across. But definitely one of the most unhinged. I can't be the only one here who finds this shit weird as hell. KK. Edit. Lol the comments. I appreciate you all. Got some laughs. But no, I mean the racists. Cross-burning. White supremacy trash. Edit 2. I'm scared of them but also snap back and think my ancestors and their friends didn't back down and they had it way worse. So I'm not going to back down either. Politics fanbase. Duggar fans. Really any Fundy fan? K-pop fans and hardcore anime fans. Some people surround their personalities and lives around it. Watching anime all the time and cosplaying are one thing. But when you start saying things like, their Japanese pronunciation is wrong. I know because I watch anime. It's time to find a new hobby. Edit. NGL. Some K-pop isn't too bad. What I'm mostly concerned about are the fans who do nothing but breathe the obsession. No hate to BTS because they're slaves to the industry. But I cannot tolerate someone who gets pissed when I can't name a band member. Or says weird stuff like, we want to convert non-K-pop fans into K-pop fans. People who romanticize Hitler or Nazis in general. Fans of any social media influencer. Anyone who is too patriotic. Doesn't matter what country, it's weird everywhere. MAGA. MHA. The show is fine, but the fan base? Yeah, no.